Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and up. Man, I don't know. That song slaps so hard. There ain't no good reason for it. But I hope you guys are watching the FOMC minutes. That was a big old nothing burger today. But the market is moving based on what we got to talk about today. So that is coming right up. But hey, crypto fan, welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. This is going to be your home for the most important market news as well as technical analysis that will set you up for tomorrow. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I don't do this alone. I got my tag team partner. Let's bring him on up. FD White. Let's get it.
TradeFly, what's good, man? We had an eventful day. Didn't go as planned for the crypto market, but we're going to talk about it. Hope everybody's evening is going good. Let's get into it.
Bro, the market is moving. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is go ahead and bring up the first article that we have today. And you guys know what it is all about. It's going to be the FOMC. So here we go. And, you know, Powell, in my eyes today, had a lot to say about nothing. Man, so every time he was asked something, he was like, yeah, you know, like it's trending in the right direction, but we got to look at the data. Well, what do you think about rate cuts? Well, you know, we got to look at the data. That's all I kept saying, man. I literally lost count how many times I heard this man say, we got to look at the data. And so, like, for me, I walked away from it feeling very neutral, which is very interesting, right? So I felt very neutral. And then I went over and I was like checking out some other channels. I was like, well, let's see how these other people feel about it. I watched Time Crypto. He seemed to be kind of negative. He was like, well, there goes rate cuts. And then I went and watched Meet Kevin, and he was like, here comes the rate cuts. So like that kind of validated what I was thinking, but I would love to hear kind of what you're thinking about it, because for me, again, I felt very neutral coming out of it. I didn't think he gave us much of anything.
He didn't really give us too much, but you know the market is gonna bite, especially like the stock market. Like we see Nvidia, we see you know all these stocks going back up. We'll talk about that in a minute, but he gave us a little bit. We can kind of see the lead up to rate cuts coming before the election, even though they don't say that. I mean, they say that they're not, you know, correlated to the you know the fiscal side and whatnot. We all know that they're all in cahoots. We all know that it's coming. We all know the rate cuts are coming, even though the economy kind of doesn't seem like it needs the cuts right now. But you know, I'm no economist. I'm just a guy from Detroit who did his homework, man. So I'm sitting back watching and I'm being prepared.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And you know, Luke he said, hey, he was dovish. I agree. I think it felt dovish, but I walked away from the whole meeting feeling very neutral about whether we're going to get rate cuts or not. I just don't know that we're there yet. And the funny thing is, like, remember that it was priced in that we were going to have rate cuts like at the tail end of 2023, right? They was like guaranteed. It was like 100% is what it was saying. And here we are in the middle of 2024 and we still haven't had rate cuts. So, you know,
So if you
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But I was saying, like, this is the first time, though, in any meeting that he has basically kind of confirmed that they are looking at rate cuts. You know what I mean? So in the previous ones, he was saying a lot of data dependent. But this one, he did allude to something about some rate cuts coming. I think it was somebody asked a good question, and he alluded to rate cuts are on the table. So I think that might be the first time. I think the market, once the traditional market heard that, it was off to the races, man. And I don't know what's going on. Like crypto, did everybody take their money back out of Bitcoin and put it back in Nvidia? What's going on? It seems like when the stock market going up, crypto's going down, and then when crypto's going up, stock market going down. So it's like the big players are just playing, you know, back and forth.
Yeah.
So we just got to figure out what's going on. But this is what happens when we want the big players to come in.
That's it. Yeah, I have noticed a little bit of that. You're not wrong. There seems to be a little bit of an inverse correlation going on here and there. Not like before, where Bitcoin, especially in the bear market, was really following the NASDAQ, especially on the way down. But with that being said, let's go over to the chat. Let's say what's up. We got a couple people in the chat here. I'm going to say what's up to Trade Intuition. He said, first, Joe, what's going on, dude? Go ahead and check him out. Indie Rock Crypto. Man, he's old faithful. How you doing, brother? Thank you for being here.
Indie Rock.
Yeah, it is. There it is, man. Harp, how you doing? Alexander G, best mind in the house. Thank you. We love you. Who else? Amy Lives Crypto. How you doing? And Mr. J with the airplane, bro. You're late. You're late, man. You have to report to the first sergeant, dog. You didn't get that airplane in first. Eric, Ballin, Wallen, how you doing? And I think I got Harp. I said I already got Luke. Talked to him a little bit here. And I think Clay, the great, rolling in there late. All good. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get over to the Kobisi letter. All right, let's see what they have to say. At least they summarized it up a little bit here. And we'll go ahead and take a look at that. And so what they're saying is, one, no decision has been made regarding a September rate cut. I agree. A tentative to risk on both sides of the dual mandate. That's something that I took away. I think that's part of the reason I felt so neutral about it. Fed will assess incoming data for future decisions. Q2 inflation readings have added confidence on inflation. Reducing rates too late could unduly weaken economy and still need greater confidence on inflation. All right. So like that's kind of the way I'm feeling, right? I don't think that rate cuts in September are a guarantee. I am a little bit more of the mindset that December might be the play. And it'll be very interesting to go ahead and cut rates right before we have an election. I don't know if that will factor into it, but I just think December is going to be the play personally, in my mind. So what does this do to the percentage chance that we could see a rate cut? Right now, this is obviously nothing official, but it was 80% before the speech. It is now 84% after the speech. So go ahead and take note of that, and then. Continuing on with the Kobisi letter, there's a couple good things that you want to take note of. The stocks, they started pumping today. A lot of earnings are coming out, right? We talked about that yesterday. You got Meta, Apple, Nvidia, all those guys. Tesla's was bad, but everybody else seems to be doing pretty good. And this is Meta. You can see after hours, I think it rose nearly 8%. All right, so that is banana land. That is a big, big move. Nvidia added back 380 billion of market cap since its after-hour low, and that was just 18 hours ago. So some bullish news on the stock side, and that's kind of what FD was alluding to, is like we're seeing the stocks make some nice gains, but what's up with crypto? So, now that we have all the institutional investment in there, is it possible that money is actually flip-flopping back and forth? It's very, very possible, but that's the game you guys wanted to play, right? You wanted institutional investments, you wanted the regulation. Now you got to deal with this craziness, right? So you're not going to have that correlation of things moving together anymore. So I don't know. What do you think, man?
Alluding to those, really quick, talking about the rate cuts. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the presidential election and then the next FOMC meeting is like 2 or 3 days apart. So I could see, if the FOMC meeting is right after the presidential election, I can see them cutting right after, just so they can put on these smoke and mirrors that they're not really in cahoots with, with the president and with the election and all the politics and whatnot. They say they're their own entity and whatnot, but how are you your own entity when the president picks who runs it? Like, that don't even make sense to me. So I'm just,
Yeah.
we these things that's going on right now, man. To predict the future, I have no idea what's going to happen. But like I always say, I'm prepared. But I do know that when those rate cuts start coming, I think they're going to start coming quick. I don't know when they're going to start, but I think they're going to, ramp up very quick once they do start. So that's the key.
Yeah, absolutely. See the chat popping a little bit. Army Piper, welcome to the fight, my man. He said Nvidia 13% upside today and 2.7% in aftermarket. Yeah, man. A lot of liquidity is just dumping right back in. But Nvidia had a big pullback, so people are probably like, "Hey, this is my opportunity to get into Nvidia." A lot of people that missed that big run up. Amy Lives Crypto. She says higher interest rates equals less risk on investing. Higher interest rates equals less being able to borrow to invest in the riskier assets. Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
that's good. I mean, that's good input, and I mean, I think, that's very, very valid. Love to see that. TradeFly, hola, homie. What's up, Red Man? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. We truly appreciate it. It was a pleasure meeting you down at Nashville, man. Such a good time, man. Such good people down there. But next up, we got Piper's favorite segment. Here comes old Elmer. Alrighty, so if you guys haven't seen this enough, here's some more of it. When the Bitcoin conference was actually going on, there was a deep fake with Elon, and it got crypto users for $79,000. These y'all crazy people keep falling for this. I don't think it's anybody that's watching the show right now. Most of the people that are watching are pretty savvy. But that being said, if someone is happening to watch this show, one of the things that we like to do here is give you something tangible that can help you out, right? Like this, we're not just putting out FUD that's just FUD. Like we're trying to say, hey, keep a lookout for this, man. There's a lot of phishing attacks and there's these deep fakes. Basically, if you see anything on YouTube, right? And they're saying, hey, if you donate a Bitcoin, we'll give you another Bitcoin back. Like, stop and think about it. It don't make sense, right? They're not going to lose $69,000, because of your goodwill of giving them a Bitcoin. Like, think that through, man. Think it through before you hit that execute button. So be very, very careful with that. I mean, I don't feel like I should have to cover it, but $79,000. Some people got drained. So it's still happening. Be on the lookout for it. It used to be very, very prevalent on YouTube, almost to an obnoxious level, to be honest. But YouTube's done, I guess, an okay job of getting rid of some of them. But here we are. People are still getting scammed. So be very careful with that. Let's get over to the
Hold on,
market.
before we start,
Oh, what you got?
before we move on, man. I got my first scam account on TikTok, man. Mama, I made it. I'm proud of that. I didn't even report them yet. I'm letting it, I'm letting it. I said crypto funds dot invest. That's not me. And then everybody started like saying that's a scam. So shout out to me, man. I'm
Yeah.
proud of that. My very first scam account, man. So we on our way.
My man FD has made it. He is official. All right. Let's see. What we got anything on the chat here? He said, "LOL, congrats." That came from Crypto DGen. Oh man. All right, cool. Let's get over to the market pulse here, and let's look at the total market cap, which is at 2.34 trillion. That's down 1.47%. The total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is 69.32 billion, which is up 0.99%. Wow, big move there. Bitcoin dominance is at 54.85%, and that is a decrease of 0.16. Fear and greed index is sitting at 60, neutral. Called that shot yesterday. I figured we'd creep down a little bit left and we'd be hitting neutral, and here we are. So Bitcoin currently sitting at $64,720, and that is down 2.16% over 24 hours. And Ethereum is at $3,233.04, and that is down 1.28%. Going to do it a little bit different today here. I am going to pull up the crypto bubbles vice going down the top 10. I figured you guys would like the speed and efficiency. So here we go. CAS is up 5.5%. That thing is moving. I think we set an all-time high today. Love to see that. I love CAS, and I got the mining rigs going, baby. Just going to keep mining that CAS. Let's get it. Beam is up 7%. Lido is up 2.9%. Really not too many big movers in the positive side. Let's go ahead and see what's lumping. And Bonk is down 5.6%. Bohm is down 8.1%. I think that's Book of Meme. Yep, there you go. And then you got Rune is down 6.8%. Mantle is down 6.3% as well. So you got a lot more red on the board. Nothing too crazy though. I mean, Boom, 8.1%. That's, that's a meme. It's low liquidity. You're going to see some pretty big volatility with that, but everything else is kind of like 2, 4, maybe 5%. So nothing too crazy on the crypto bubbles there. Let's go over to and I was reading up here. I was trying to get smart on some of this stuff. Piper is the man when it comes to some of these economics, the calendars, and just understanding how everything really ties in. So if you guys really want the alpha on this, go over to our morning show. That goes at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Piper will break this down like a doctor every single day. So obviously we had the federal interest rate decision We had the press conference today. And then for August 1st, you got the manufacturing PMI. And then for the 2nd, you got non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate. Alrighty, let's look at the liquidation heat map. We have talked about this quite a bit recently. One of the big hotspots I was talking about was over here at about 65.5. That got cleared out. You do see a little bit of liquidity building up here, but it is getting a little weaker. So it'll be very interesting to see if we keep pushing down to clear out some more of this liquidity. But I think that you're starting to see it get a little bit weaker. So could that be an indication of a reversal? Because what do you see now? This is not far away if you really think about it. It's only a couple $1,000s. Just over a couple $1,000s, and you have a hotspot here where you see liquidity. So don't be surprised if maybe we get that little bit of reversal, but you do see there might be a little bit of resistance here first. So we do need to break that. Actually, you really can see it just looking at this. It's testing it over and over again. You have some upside pressure there, but there's your liquidity. And let's go ahead and zoom out real quick. I want to look at it on the 3-month just because I want to revisit a certain area here because we talked about this the other day as well. 72K, definitely a hot spot. And this is a zoomed out one. So this is a significant amount of liquidity sitting there at 72K. The other big hot spot, which is not actually here on the map, is at about $50,000. So keep that in mind when you are thinking about liquidity. And let's see what we got here. I think about that about clears up the market pulse. So what I'm going to do now is pass it over to FD, and we're going to start off with some TA. We are ahead of schedule today, unlike yesterday. And let's see what you got on the charts.
So yeah, I'm looking at Ethereum right now. Ethereum is really, really, really on my radar because of this ETF. This ETF, we really haven't seen a pop from the ETF starting up. So I'm going to keep my eyes on Ethereum. This is one of the things that I'm going to keep my eyes on. So right now, I mean, we're coming up to the 200 day SMA. If we zoom in a little bit, let's actually zoom in. Well, let's stay right here because we hit our head up here at about 41.45. Then we made a lower high here at about 39.57. Never made it back up to this downward sloping trend line. So what I'm looking at right now in the short term is us to potentially come back here. This is what, if we keep our bearish momentum going, this is where the level that I'm looking at. We had a double bottom here on the daily a couple weeks ago when we got that big dump. We're also forming, looks like some sort of a bear flag or a bear pennant on the daily. But if we zoom in, we can get a little bit more info as to what's going on with Ethereum and what I will be looking for. I'll pull up some momentum indicators later. Looks like we kind of already broke down. So if this confirms, my area or my line is 2,800. This is where I'm opening longs and where I'm adding to my long-term bags. If I'm adding to my long-term bags, 2,800. That's the number that you really, really, really want to look at if we come down to there. But we do have some support coming in my green area here. Our first stop will be at about at the 200, which we're at right now. We'll come down to about 3,100, and then if we lose that, like I said, we'll come down to about the 2,800 dollar area. So me, I like to keep it simple. I like to only long or only like to add to my bags at macro support. So a macro support will be, like I said, 2,800. So hopefully the market doesn't continue to be bearish. We see the stock market, like we're saying, going up. So hopefully we can kind of correlate a little bit more tomorrow and going to the end of the week. But like I said, we're just going to let the charts tell us what to do and keep it moving from there. We see in our bear flag, we had resistance at the 50 and the 100 days. So we had a lot of confluence coming in for resistance. So now, like I said, that 200 SMA is holding us. But if we don't hold that, I think we're going to end up probably coming back down to about 2,800 if the market deems bearish for the rest of the week.
Okay, so set some alerts at 2,800 is what I'm hearing.
Oh yeah, because we called this. We said when we were here, this was maybe about a couple weeks ago. We said watch that $2,800 level. We touched it, popped back up, touched it again, and then when I see that double bottom, and then I see some divergences on the 4-hour or the daily, then that's my key to open long. So we opened the long at about 28.70, and we rolled it all the way up. I think I got stopped out at about 33.50 or something like that. So we're just gonna rinse and repeat that trade if it happens.
Yeah, it looks like we got a pretty similar trading style sometimes here. Hey, little shout out. Let me go over to the dual cam real quick. Retro Mike Tech gifting all kinds of Piper Academy memberships. Dude, we truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you very, very much, man. I think that's twice now you've been on the show and you've been very, very generous with gifting those memberships. Let's see who got them. Clate the Great got one. Crypto DGen.
Cool.
Who else? Redman.
We got Alex O in the building.
Look, Alex O, he gifted a membership as well. And Sin, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. SYN, she maybe? It looks like a female in the profile picture. Got a membership. So, hey, say what's up in the chat. See how you're doing there. And then is another Alex O gifted membership to PPP. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We truly, truly appreciate it. Givers game mentality. Love you guys.
Shout out to Alex O. I think he's getting married this weekend or soon, and I know he had like a doctor's appointment. I hope everything went well with the baby. I hope everything's going good with your wife. And congratulations, man. I'm gonna have to send you something.
There it is. There it is. Hey, he likes to play golf. I'll throw that out there. All right. Oh, Clate the Great. Man, you guys are just... Really? All right, Clate the Great giving out a membership. We are just rolling right now. And that one goes to Blocks. Again, very, very much appreciated. Hey, Alex O said, I want the FD and TradeFly skincare routine. Hey, so my camera fixes that for me. I got if you want to know how ugly I really am, just ask Amy. She met me this weekend. She can tell you it's not what you think it is. I promise you.
Just a lot of shea butter on there.
Yeah. There it is, man. Right on. Cool. All right. I'm going to go over to Bitcoin, do a little TA on that. Try to keep it relatively quick here. But one of the things I was talking about was this channel, right? You had a rising wedge that's going up and right. One of the things I was scared about is that we're going to get on the bottom side of that, retest, and then actually have some momentum to the downside. So it looks like that's playing out. And we actually got, and to be perfectly frank with you, I would have looked for a little bit of a bounce in the area of about 65 based on the dynamic reactor. However, it is looking ugly when you come down to the prime oscillator. That is not a friendly look. So where do I think we're headed? Well, it looks like right now we got quite a significant amount of time. So I'm not going to say there's a doji there because that would show you indecision, but it's still got 3 hours to close. So that being said, just keep an eye on this because we're on the bottom side of what was support, right? So now what do we have to do? We have to take this color right here and we have to flip it to red. That means we now have resistance above us. All right, that's the way I like to mark my charts, just to kind of keep it a little bit cleaner and, have some visual representation of what I'm seeing. So this is what I was scared of. And the other thing that you can see right now is we had a breakout. We had a pattern break. All right. So Chart Prime, we'll put that on the chart for you, which is really, really nice. But they also give you a smart target. So let's just look at where the smart target is. 63,765 is the smart target. So what do? We're going to go back left on the chart and we're going to see, hey, where do we see some support, right? You see support here. You see support here. Now the wick did go all the way down, but you didn't have really any closes below that level. So that would definitely be an area that I would look at. So what can you do here? What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add a line just right now. Let's go horizontal line. Now look at this right here. You can see support, resistance, and then also you didn't have any close. All right. So that is something I'm going to keep an eye on. One of the things I like to do a lot of time with these smart targets is where can I find some sort of support that's very close to that smart target, and that'll usually be the exit. Usually I want to find something above it. All right, I like to beat the smart target. Sometimes it does come all the way down to the smart target. It plays out beautifully, but right now this would be where I'm looking at about 64K. But let me tell you where I'd say my mind is at in terms of being a little bit more excited about an area. It's back where we started, man. We were calling this area when we were up here. We were saying, hey, if it comes down, retest this point of control, you may see that downside push. And this was the area I was looking at. I was looking at that. There was previous support, resistance back to the left. Yeah, the dynamic reactor. There was too much lining up. The bottom of this channel here, it was all just, there was a lot of confluence, right? So I was very confident in that. Let me tell you, that's the area I'm looking at again. However, that being said, I am not as confident. So let me be very transparent with you there that I'm not as confident now because we do not have all of the confluence that we had before. And we're coming back down for another retest, right? my personal opinion, the more you retest something, the more likely it is to break. That's just my own personal opinion, especially if you're looking for, if you see continuation of downside pressure, which is not so much the case this time. I'm going to be, I'm going to say it's not quite what I'd be looking for in terms of downward pressure. I'd kind of flip what I'm seeing right now in terms of the channel. All right, channel's going up and right. I would be looking for a channel coming down and right, and then retesting that area multiple times to be a little bit more confident that it's going to break. But so that's kind of why I'm gonna have my eye on it. And the longer it takes to get down there, if it works its way down, I'll be looking for this 200 SMA on the 4-hour to come up and intersect that. When I get that confluence, that gives me a little bit more, we'll say, confidence, as well as I'd like to see the RSI or the prime oscillator trending up and right. So there's a few things I'll be looking for there. I want to get that all out there just so you understand what I would be looking for in a setup. But that being said, that's going to be my big number to look at, about 63.4 again, where we've been before. And then on the top side, if we do make a move up, point of control is your really, really obvious area here. I mean, it's just pinging all over the point of control. All right. And that's why it's the point of control, because you have support and resistance. It's just all over the point of control. So if it does move up, your high side target somewhere around 66.9 in the short term. Low side target, again, is going to be somewhere around 63.4 in my eyes. So those are the two areas I'll be looking for. And what does Piper have to say with a little super chat here? That same target is the 100-day EMA. There you go, man. Let's go ahead and well, it won't be the same because I have the SMA up, but let's see how close it lines up on the 100 for the SMA. Not far off, honestly. Yeah, because that's your 20, your 50. No, that's your 50 for mine. That's 100. So yeah, I mean the 50 is lining up, but still, man, it there's a little confluence on the daily at least, right? That would be a matter of fact. Looking at it on the daily, Piper, I'm glad you pointed that out because I was kind of stuck. I got zoned in. I was looking through a soda straw. That's one thing you guys do not want to do. And I made a classic mistake, right? I didn't zoom out and look at the daily, and we really do have a little confluence in that area. All right. So we really, that does give me a little bit more confidence about the area I'm talking about 63.4. So good call, Piper. I appreciate that. That's why I keep you around. You all right. And then Alex O, man, my man is on a gift giving membership, man. Did you get paid or something, bro? Did you win a good trade? What's going on here?
Hey man, when you got life things happening to you, you're just full of joy. You just want to give, man. Give, man.
Yeah, super.
It's a beautiful feeling.
Super appreciative, man. Thank you very much. And that went to B Team Crypto. Congratulations. Hey, for everyone that is members now, come on over to the Discord. Take advantage of the memberships that you have. Members, there is a membership only section. And with that being said, also go ahead and check out Alex O. He's got a great Discord as well. His community is like completely free. That's what he prides himself on. And it's a good vibe over there. Like I said, I go over there myself sometimes just to be like, what's up? See how everyone's doing. So cool. That's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. I'm going to pass it back to FD. You got anything else you got on the charts to look at?
Pretty much I've just been focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum this past week. I know we had some people in the Discord who wanted to get some different altcoins a little bit further down the risk curve. So tomorrow I'll have a jam-packed lineup of a couple altcoins a little bit further down the risk curve. And so stay tuned. Make sure you tune in 8:30 Eastern time. Piper Academy, man. You guys have taught me so much and making me step my TA game up, sitting here listening to you, listening to Piper, watching the morning show every day, getting in Alex O's Discord and watching his show. And, I just very appreciative of it, man. I just want to say that online for everybody to hear, because you guys deserve it.
Dude, Alex O, he said, I just want the Nightcap show to make more money than the morning show. My man. I'm gonna have to get on with you, man, or bring you back on here. I don't have a trio cam set up yet. I know Piper's gonna give me crap about that because I'm not using eCam. I'm doing it the old school way on OBS. But one way or another, man, we gotta get back on together and do some work together. Piper said, "Ouch." Alex gifted another membership. He is just crushing it. Crypto Mar, congratulations, you got one there too. All right, man. He said there's no crew that deserves it more. We appreciate you, man, more than you know. Sweet. AVAX. I know I had a little ask for that earlier in the Discord, and he was asking for some other cryptos as well. and we'll cover those tomorrow, like I said in the Discord. So looking at AVAX here on the daily, just kind of a quick zoomed out look. We did find some support down here at about 23.2. Now all you're doing is you're coming back to this previous range. All right, so you got the platinum pocket as well as this previous range right here. It's pretty much the top side and the bottom side of that range. So that's where I would be looking for some support if we do continue to get this little pullback here. I would set an alert right there. It actually already triggered. No, that's great because it's the platinum pocket. Oh, I got one on there. The date passed. It never made it. That's okay. We can re-up on this. Cancel.
You gotta share your screen, TradeFly.
Oh man. Here we go. All right, there we
There you
go.
go.
Back in the fight. All right, so yeah, looking at that, the previous range here is right here. This is what I was talking about. So keep an eye on that. Let me go ahead and reset this horizontal line here. All right, horizontal. It's really at the top side of that range. All right, so that was an area that I had marked, and I'm going to go ahead and set an alert here. Boom. All right, so I'll be taking a look at that area at about 23. But what we're doing right now is it looks like it's trying to make it through all this mess. And I remember talking about that. I was like, there's just too much confluence for me with everything lining up between the dynamic reactor. And look at it, wicked right off the dynamic reactor, man. I'm telling you, that thing is powerful. Please go down. If you guys want Chart Prime, go down, use the links, 45% off. But it wicked right off of that as resistance. But we have all this confluence in here. We have all the moving averages that are on top of price action, golden pocket, all of that. I mean, you got to work through that. This is not the area. Let me be clear. It's not the area where I would go long. Okay. I would like to get on the top side of all of this. And then, I would make a play on the top side of the dynamic reactor, really this area at about $32 or so, and then try to ride that up to about 35 for a short, like scalp intraday type trade. But if it comes down here, then that's when we're having a different discussion. All right. That would be an area that I would take probably a long position on a longer time frame. Personally, is what I would be looking at there. Up to you though. Do your own research. But short numbers here, 23 is going to be kind of a low side area to keep on your alerts right here. And then I would say about $32. And you can look for two things here. You could look for another rejection off of that dynamic reactor, or you look for what I call the OC retest, because he loves those things. And it comes down like this for a retest. And then you look for that continuation up and right. But what you have to see here is you see the oscillator going up and right as well. Okay. So you need kind of those two things to be lining up for you before you get all crazy with it. But that is what I'm looking at on AVAX. That's super quick. And let's go over to our Nightcap, man. We're going to start rounding this one out. Oh, I do got one thing for you guys that I want to show you on the Nightcap here. Here it is. Let's see if it popped up. Hey, I saw people wearing these. I saw not these, but I saw them wearing the old Donald Trump themed sneakers. Snickers. Are you hungry? All right. But yeah, dude. So what's up? Who's buying these sneakers? Let me know in the chat who's going to be rocking these, because I'm not going to lie, kind of thinking about it. So,
hey man, I mean they're not bad, man, but I don't know if I can walk through the hood with them on. We'll have to see.
Man, you might not have those sneakers anymore. Oh, you own Bitcoin?
Oh no, yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing? Let me get those shoes.
Yeah,
that's the famous one right there.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah. Check those in. Check those in.
Mm-hmm. I've been there before. So cool, man. What you got anything for the people on the way out?
Yeah, man. FOMC happened today. We didn't, like you said, we didn't get a lot out of them. I am expecting some rate cuts probably November, December, and expedited rate cuts after that. So it's going to be a lot of turbulent times between now and the end of the year. So just be prepared, stay alert, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you tune in every day. All the events that's going on, just stay tuned in, stay locked in. Piper Academy.
My man. Right on. Hey, as usual, it's great having you guys on. I love mixing up with your chat. Thank you guys so much. Retro Mike, Alex O, truly, truly appreciate it. Your generosity is unmatched. And again, we appreciate you guys so much. Our community is awesome. And that's one thing that I noticed when I was down at Bitcoin conference, and I've heard a lot of people talk about it now. The community down there was dope. Like everyone was like super nice. Everyone wanted to like help out. And like it just felt very genuine for a lot of people. So it was really cool. So glad that I went, and I'm looking forward to next year. Vegas, baby. It is going down. I know people are already booking that. So it is going to be a good time. I think the Piper Academy is going to be in like full effect next year. So do not miss that. Alex O, bro, you better be in Vegas next year. You got no excuse, man. You got a year to plan this out. You're gonna have a kid in the house. You're gonna be going crazy, bro. You're gonna be asking for a vacation. So I'll see you there. All right. We're going to get out of here. You guys have a great evening, and we will see you again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go,